Welcome to the Despair Challenge.
Despair! Bear, you get
I
it?
don't get any of this.
That's right, I am actually starting the first video for Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc, and I'm going to be showing off what it was like and everything about it and why this game was actually enjoyable, would you believe? Yes, I actually enjoyed this game, and we're going to be running through everything of how this game is just mind-blowingly good, and why completing it wasn't too much of a ball ache, but what it takes to complete the first step in the Despair Challenge. So where to begin in this series? Well, Danganronpa was developed by Spikeco and was originally released back in Japan in 2010 for the PlayStation Portable, and in the following years it was later localized and published for multiple devices. It was developed by Tetsuya Maritani, and the review scores were overwhelmingly positive, ranging anywhere between 8 out of 10 to even 9 out of 10. The game also won publication awards such as Game of the Year, Best Sony Portable Exclusive Game, Best Adventure Game, and so on. My experience with the series started with the abridged of the anime. It was created by Flero, and sadly you can't find any videos on his YouTube, but these videos can still be found by a simple search. However, it only spans up to the halfway point, but the story was still funny enough to keep it in my memory and still make me laugh from time to time. I eventually got the first Danganronpa game for the PS Vita. I only ever got to the first chapter's trial, so my knowledge along with the experience was very limited when it came back to revisiting this series. The story of Danganronpa is set out like a visual novel. It's structured into chapters that themselves are broken into 2 acts. The story itself is set in present day as you take the role of the main character, Makoto Naegi, who for being just an ordinary student has been accepted into Hope's Peak Academy as the ultimate lucky student, chosen at random to attend this prestige facility. Upon his first day, Naegi enters the school only to fall unconscious and wake up in a classroom with bolted covered windows alongside cameras monitoring him. Upon a quick exploration, he finds 14 other students who have all had similar experiences waking up with no memory how they got there. To summarize, all the students who attend the school are the best in their field, being dubbed as Ultimate, and to list them out, here they are. Sayaka Miyazuno is the ultimate pop sensation, Junko Enoshima is the ultimate fashionista, Sakura Ogami is the ultimate martial artist, Mondo Owana is the ultimate biker gang leader, Kiyotaka Ishimaru is the ultimate moral compass, Byakuya Togami is the ultimate affluent prodigy, Yashishiro Hakagari is the ultimate clairvoyant, Aoi Ashina is the ultimate swimmer, Leon Kawata is the ultimate baseball star, Tokuwa Fukuhara is the ultimate writing prodigy, Celestia Ludenberg is the ultimate gambler, Hifumi Yamada is the ultimate fanfic creator, Chihiro Fujisaki is the ultimate programmer, and Kyoko Kurogiri is the ultimate unknown. Each of these characters' personalities are very memorable, even if a bit stereotypical, and are either lovable or really dislikable. And this is really a good thing to me, as it doesn't matter if I like them or hate them, I remember them by name and personality, and this is very important for a visual novel to achieve this, because there have been many games in this genre I have forgotten characters or what they act like, and it hurts the story when I have to say, who the hell are you? Once meeting all the other students, you're quickly introduced to the mastermind behind trapping you inside the school. It's a lovable, wonderful
Monokuma! I'm half hope and half despair! Despair! Bear, you get
I
it?
don't get any of this.
Monokuma, or how I like to say it, Mono frickin' Kuma. He is the one who informs students that they are trapped in the school for the rest of their life, and issues the rules on school life that they have to abide by. However, he also issues an alternative. If they wish to leave, they have to kill another student and get away with it through a class trial. This is tastelessly called graduating. This brings around a tone to Danganronpa somewhat akin to the Battle Royale series of Kill to Survive. As the group band together in their own ways, looking for an escape route, they realize they're stuck and only with one floor to peruse. A few days pass without the killing, and Monokuma is getting bored and offers up a motive to kill in the form of a DVD with a personal video that gives hope, only to have the nasty turn and hit them with an ultimatum of being proposed to look for the answers after graduation. This has a mental toll on all the characters, but a larger effect upon Sayaka, as she takes it into her own hands to try and graduate, only for her own demise. The plot then makes the player look for clues to her death and looking for the killer. After gathering all the clues you can, the first class trial will start, and the fight for life begins. When the trial starts, Monokuma states,
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
and with that, the trial begins. Now the trial is broken up into different minigames. These are the non-stop debate, Hangman's Gambit, bullet time battle, and then the closing statement, with each needing logic to beat them and the clues that you pick up being turned into truth bullets that you use to shoot through inconsistencies in non-stop debates. As for the Hangman Gambit, it's where you need to guess the word by shooting the letters in order to progress. The bullet time battle is an interesting DDR kind of minigame where you must defeat the opponent character to break through their argument, and the closing statement's a comic strip of the events, but guessing the missing bits in order to build the timeline of the murder in order to oust the killer. All of these are intense due to them being necessary to get right. You have a limited amount of life, and every time you get something wrong, you take damage. Once you run out of life, that is it, it's game over. Once beating a class trial and ousting the killer, they get taken away for punishment, and these are some of the most brutal executions to watch. In a twisted sense of justice, it feels kinda sad and satisfying to see. Overall, there are 6 trials to complete throughout the whole story. They get a lot more challenging as they go and do make you think. But to save you on spoilers, I will warn you now, if you don't wish to see anything to do with the final parts of this game, please jump to this time. I really don't want to spoil anything to do with the plot because it's really hard hitting, and if you're wishing to go into this game, I don't want you to kind of go, well, it would have been a lot more surprising if I didn't know about it. So, ready? Okay, here we go. So as Danganronpa's chapters progress and each class trial completed, this unlocks a new floor for the characters to roam around, eventually revealing more of the mystery and raising a lot more questions about how things came to be. But to simplify, the students and their life in the school is being broadcast around the world as a killing game show. Not only that, there was a hidden 16th student who is the mastermind controlling Monokuma. These revelations were mind-blowing and were as hard-hitting as other games such as Bioshock's Would You Kindly or Metal Gear I'm Big Boss. The final chapter, everything comes full circle as you find out all of the students have had 2 years of their memory erased and that they've lived at the school for that long. But an event in the world brought it to ruin, so the students decided to seal themselves into the school and live out their lives there forever. And the surprise of Junko being the mastermind, who turns out to be the ultimate despair. And it's down to you and the remaining students to be hope that will defeat this despair. Now I'm skipping a lot of the story such as characters' deaths and even discoveries, just in case you really want to go and play it, but these still hit as hard as they do, even when you do know what's coming. And the story will get you invested in the development as how you progress. However, the plot doesn't hold your hands, as you are given free time to go and interact with the other characters and learn about them and fill out the report card, but it's on the player to do so. So when it comes to the ending of the story, if there are things that are left unanswered, it's down to the player to figure out, such as the hidden bad ending. So, with the ending, Junko is defeated, and her wanting to feel the ultimate despair by putting herself through the same punishment as all the other students went through. You have survived and been granted your freedom, and with the button for the front gate and an ending dialogue that felt more whatever the future has, we have hope Saturday morning cartoon ending. It was more like it was meant to be ambiguously left open, as when the front door does open there's a blinding light and then that is it. I will say though, I fucking love the last chapter and how Junko is portrayed as a person who only wants to create despair just for the sake of it. Whether it's the game or the anime, I absolutely love the portrayal and the many personalities and the black and white moral compass she has, alongside how you must rally the remaining characters to hope and use that to defeat Junko. Overall, the climax of the game was built up and really hit hard and paid off. So congratulations to the game. So with the plot and the gameplay out the way, let's talk about completion requirements. Starting us off, there are a total of 38 achievements to obtain. The first off is the report cards to fill out. This will take 15 slots of the achievements. This was a pain as it meant I had to play chapter 1 and 2 over and over and over and over to talk to certain characters, save, load that save, start a chapter from the start, wash, rinse, repeat. By doing this, you can also knock off the 3 for gaining certain levels of CP. You get this naturally doing this through the report cards, so that would be 19 achievements down. However, upon playing the mode Danganronpa School Life, I realized I could have spent the free time spending the time with the students to fill out the report cards instead of the approach I took. This came to my knowledge way too long after I got these achievements. Oh boy. After that's the story achievements. There are 7 of them and can easily be obtained by just beating the story. Next is the 999 Monokuma coins. This can be easily done by running through the story and looking around all the environments, along with completing the class trials, as these will net you 80 to 90 coins for the completion. So best kill this one off first, because I had to grind way later on, and now I know all the answers to the first class trial off by heart. So doing all that, you're now up to 27 achievements. The next 5 are for getting every item from the mono machine, and for that you need to spend coins to get certain items. The percentage does go up per repeat, so best start off with a coin then go up depending upon your percentage. But the other hidden items can be found by completing the School Life Extra minigame, where you're given 50 days to build multiple Monokuma items, and you have to micromanage the students between rooms searching and cleaning, eventually gaining free time to gain the affection from all students, and by the end gain a very personal item from them. Yeah, real personal. So that'll take you 3 to 4 playthroughs, so you'll knock these 5 achievements off, so that now brings you to 32. Another one is unlocking the gallery. Every item is behind a mono coin paywall, so back to the grind. As here's the totals you'll need to unlock all the items in the gallery. The event gallery has 375 monocoins needed. The movie gallery takes 136 monocoins. The artwork gallery takes 255 monocoins. The sound gallery is 175. The total you will need is 941 monocoins. So yeah, have fun grinding for these through the trial School Life. I wouldn't recommend it, as the School Life can take anywhere between an hour to an hour and a half. So you'll be up to 33 achievements then. And finally, the last 5 achievements are for the class trial, as they require you to shoot white noise a certain amount of times overall, not using your concentrate skill, take no damage, and not to use a continue. After doing all of these, along with the others, will net you the final achievement for 100% completion. This took me the combined total time of 37 hours and 30-ish minutes. My overall experience with this game is that I have enjoyed it, with all the twists and turns. All the characters made an impression on me, with their hopes, their dreams, being relatable at points. And when there was a loss, I felt it, the same crushing despair as it was the case of nobody was safe, in the same way as if it was a Game of Thrones episode. Whilst I completed a chapter in the game, I made sure to keep up with it in the anime. Sadly, there isn't much I can add on to this, however, it is a good adaptation of the events, even if the anime does cut out the fluff and bits, while mixing a few of the events around. It was still enjoyable, however, the voice cast changing from the game to the actual anime, I couldn't help but get distracted once or twice by the difference. It's still worth a watch and can be found on Funimation right now. So overall, with completing the game and the 100% completion run, I can still recommend playing the game for the story. I can still tell you to actually go and get yourself immersed in this weird and wacky visual novel that's just, it eventually starts getting so ludicrous it's hard to take it seriously, but it's still enjoyable. Yes, I did include the anime for laziness, but it's mostly because the first series of the anime is exactly the first game, and there's not really that much difference in what happens, like I said. However, with that said, burning through the game to 100% it and took it off as the first installment of this wonderful series, it did leave me slightly burned out. I was very tired, and the amount of hours I had plugged into the game, I mean, the second half of me trying to complete the actual achievements with School Life, the records and that. It was very difficult for me to try and keep pace. And the 34 and a bit hours whatever time I've quoted, that it's very difficult for me to sort of say, yeah, that's a reasonable time for completion, especially how you've got to reload and save, load, save, every single thing you kind of do if you want to try and get these. For example, it was a kick in the nuts when I found out how to get the record cards through the school life after I'd done them. It was annoying. But like I said, I've got to really thank Lupin, mainly because he's playing through the whole entire series, and the only reason I'm now starting to watch his stuff with it is because I've now completed the game and I don't have any spoilers ahead of me. Second of all, I've got to thank him for that, because if it wasn't for him doing these games along with other YouTube channels I've seen like Game Grumps, etc., I wouldn't really have considered doing this as a challenge, let alone even played it ever again. I would tell you to go pick this up, play it. You can get it on the Android or iOS. Bit of a hefty price tag, but still, it's an enjoyable game. And carrying a bit of despair in your pocket is just worth it. Now, if you don't mind, I'm actually going to go and I'm going to go enjoy a lovely beach somewhere out there. No bad things going to happen whatsoever.
Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Hey people, thank you very much for tuning in for the first episode of the Despair Challenge. Now, I had a blast playing this game. It was fun. I did enjoy it. I am slightly burnt out, but I am just nearly finished Danganronpa 2. So it won't be long till I've actually put out the second episode. So give or take, it'll be a week or so, possibly two. Depends how long it takes me to edit as well. So I do hope you have liked this. The playlist will be here, and the last episode in the main series of Series 2 is actually there. Yes, this will be getting included in Series 2 when I go back into it, so the slots will look like it's Resident Evil 3, Danganronpa 1, 2, 3, because they're main lines. They're actually, I'm covering the video, so I do consider this part of Season 2. But it's also part of the challenge. But if you really want to go test yourself on the challenge, go look in the intro what it will take for you to complete the said challenge. If you own these games, I do 100% understand if you kind of go, I don't want to play certain modes. For example, Danganronpa 2's got the Magical Sami mode, or Monomuni mode, whatever it's called. I'm not looking forward to that because I've seen the requirements to complete it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Here's hoping I don't fall into despair. Go on, click one of them. I'm not going anywhere until you do. Oh, also hit the like and subscribe if you really want. I'm going mono. Who am I hunting?